Hi, something different today. Spinner Blade Jig Fly. You can fish this fly pretty much you fish any bladed lure. For me, this is the first fly I use when I want to search deeper water or in a wider arc from the shore, because the extra weight from the blade allows it to fly a little bit further when you cast. And also it has quite a boisterous action, which I feel helps to attract fish from further away. Also, when you cast far, from the bank, and you cast far into the middle of the river, or some distance from the shore, it's also deeper. It allows the blade, when the fly is sinking, it allows the blade a lot more flutter time, if you know what I'm talking about. And jigging back to the shore, um, you can use this on the straight retrieve as well if it's shallow. It's not just a deep water fly. Pretty much, like I said, the same way you would use any bladed lure. Okay, here's the most complicated part of the fly, and it's actually pretty simple. Figures of 8. So you wrap the thread and secure to anchor the swivel with figure of 8 wraps. One on top, one below, one on top, one below. A little bit similar to how you would tie those dumbbell eyes onto a regular fly. Try to get the swivel to be as parallel to the hook shank as you can. That gives the swivel a bit more freedom to spin. Okay, super glue, that's very important as well. Super glue to prevent the swivel from spinning around the hook shank. Basically, we're using the thread to form a secure anchor point for the swivel. Now, for this fly, I'm using red flash chenille. I think this is called. It's made out of some clear plastic red strips. You can also use any other kind of chenille, or even hacker feathers spun around the hook shank. Anything that will create some body along the shank of the hook. Be careful though, don't use any materials that are going to extend past the swivel, because that will impede the movement of the blade. So yeah, you can spin any kind of material around the hook shank just to give it some body and water resistance. Although I don't think it's going to contribute much if the blade is spinning. Okay, anchor the material nicely, bring the thread forward, swing the cradle out, super glue. If you don't do this, if the fish has sharp teeth and it manages to cut the chenille with the teeth, all the wraps will just unravel in the water. So to prevent that, we use super glue. Okay, try and spin it and turn it to one side so that you don't crush any of the fibers. Okay, I'll just anchor it off using the weight of the bobbin to hold it in place. Okay. This is a very easy fly to tie. Once you get past the swivel, the rest is super easy and fast. It's also a very good fly to use in muddy or murky water. The flash and the movement of the blade, I think the lateral line of the fish can detect this from pretty far away, as opposed to just a jig head without the blade. Okay, and we're almost done. Simple and fast. Yep. You can leave it as is, or you can kind of try and trim the fibers into shape, into a more streamlined shape if you want. I don't think it makes much of a difference. Just for me, I'm just a little bit OCD about it. Okay, you can attach any shape of blade as long as it's not too big. Get your split ring, get the blade into the split ring. Okay. Feel free to experiment with the size and shape of the blades. It gives you a little bit of variation in the kind of action the fly has. One thing though, I've tried willow blades, you know, the long almond shaped ones. The hookup rate seems to suffer a little bit if you use those kinds of blades, if they are too long. These Colorado shapes a little bit better in my experience. Okay, and we're done. After this, put a weed guard on if you want. Yeah, different sizes, different shapes. Very effective fly. Thanks for watching.